So I know a lot of us have probably been thinking about love. Let's be honest, love be on a lot of people's mind, partnership, unions, spouses, exes. It happens. But I was realizing we need to do something one more time. Some of us, our hearts have been broken. We've lost trust, for very good reasons. We've been through some situationships. But we're going to have to open our hearts, raise our heart posture up one more time. Because the next time is going to be our last time. I believe out there, a lot of us, the next person you come into union with is your last one, you understand? Is your spouse, is your soulmate, is the person you will marry. And it's important that we believe that. It's important that we don't allow our exes to prevent us from what is next. Because let's be honest, what happens is we're hurt, we're afraid to get hurt again. So we protect ourselves. But we protect ourselves out of fear. We protect ourselves from a place of preventing future traumas. And we create unnecessary boundaries. Not boundaries out of love, but boundaries because we are fearful. And when we have these type of boundaries, we don't know how to take these boundaries down or when to take them down. There may be people ready to love us, but we're afraid. Now, of course, we got to go through our healing season, and that healing season is probably going to look like a little bit of solitude. But what I found was, you may think you're completely healed, and then you step back into a relationship, and then something triggers you. But that's all right. How are you supposed to know that you still have abandonment issues if you've been single for 5 years? We may be like, oh, I've healed my abandonment issues. I've healed everything that triggers me. But then we get into a relation with someone we love and we're triggered again. But that's an opportunity now to work on those things in a new space, a safe space with somebody that we love, because there is love there for you. You understand? There is a partner, a spouse. There's a divine union that's going to bring two people together, and you're going to become one flesh. But you have to be willing to open your heart up one more time. You understand? Because the next time can be the last time if we develop that discernment, right? That discipline, so we don't allow our flesh to lead us into relationships or situationships that aren't for us. Because sometimes we rush ahead. Like a lot of the relationships we've stepped into, God wasn't in the picture. God wasn't in the picture. We moved on our own accord. We were impatient. We were lusting. It seemed good, but we skipped all the red flags. And now we're mad. Now we're hurt. So we have our arms crossed like this. I was like this for a while as well. And I was like, I'm going to just be celibate forever. Blah, 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 blah. But I realized, that's not the path for me. I know that there is love there for me. I even said in videos, I can feel my future wife. I can feel she's right around the corner. And I found her. Look how God works. You understand? But I had to raise my heart posture to be open again to the idea of love and not create boundaries out of my heartbreak, boundaries out of my trauma, creating protective barriers, convincing myself that a life completely alone is better. You understand? I don't believe that. I believe every single one of us is deserving of community, of friendship, of partnership. You understand? Marriage. I think it can be a very beautiful thing. I think family is the soil of our society. And we look into society and we see so many problems, but what do we see less of? We see less family. We see less firm foundations. So building a family, finding your spouse, one that is God willing, sent to you, anointed for you to be together, you plus your boo, plus God, you create like a whole triangle, like an unstoppable team. Developing that is like revolutionary. If you want to be a revolutionary individual in this day and age, create a family. The world needs it. The world needs visible testimonies, healthy testimonies of love. We all need it. We're full of so much toxicity online and so much negative opinions. Men saying that women are trash, women saying that men are trash, and it's just all this negative talk. And if you stay in that mindset that like there's nobody there for you, that everybody is trash, and it's just better off to be alone and better off to be in your lust, well, what do you think you're going to live? How do you think you're going to live? You're going to stay in that mindset. And you're not even going to be able to see who is there for you because you put blinders on. So that's why I say we're going to have to raise our heart posture. We're going to have to open ourselves up to love one more time because there's an opportunity for us. We have to be patient. There's love for us. It's coming. Believe it. Say that to yourself. Pray on it. You understand? Say to yourself, I have the discernment, and whoever isn't for me, set them free. But whoever is for me, let it be. You understand? And just know, if you can open your heart up, shift your mindset to more of a positive perspective. Forgive those in the past that have worried you, in spirit, in your mind, if you can't fully do it with them yet, or maybe they're gone, who cares? And know that somebody is coming, right? Somebody is coming. The season you are in, maybe it's just supposed to be you. But like I always say, self-love is just the first love. Self-love prepares us to step into unions, prepares us to step into community, teaches us how to be of service. We learn to love ourselves just enough to pick ourselves up and to love thy neighbor. Self-love you have to be careful with. It's like too much I'm not going to say too much self-love, but self-love can turn into self-worship, which is the biggest form of idolatry in this day and age. And a lot of us have convinced ourselves that we don't need anything, we don't need nobody, we don't even need a community, we don't need love because we are just complete. But without God, we're not complete. And I believe there is a partner for every single one of us. And when we come together, that trifecta is a complete version, you understand? So I say keep striving. Know that there's more room in your heart. There's more room for love. If we remove those fears, we do a little bit of our healing. Know that all the healing isn't going to be done in our solitude. Healing will come, and greater healing will come in our next relationship, our last relationship, because I'm saying it for all of us. Your next one is going to be your marriage. Have the discernment. Pray on it. But no, you're going to heal in that next relationship. And the beautiful thing is you're both going to be committed. It's a safe space and you're going to grow. Like the growth is going to be exponential because you found your other half. You found your person, you understand? And now you are just beautiful reflections of one another, complete. So open your heart up one more time. I'm going to say it again. One more time. One more time. Be mindful you're not living a life of boundaries built off of trauma. If you have boundaries, make sure they are rooted in love. Rooted in love for who you are, you understand? And know that there is love on the other side of those boundaries when you are ready. One more time, don't let your ex prevent you from what's next. There is love for you. It helped me, I removed all those fears, those doubts. I removed all my past experiences, and I said to myself, I could feel my wife around the corner. And when I met her, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna marry you. I never even felt like that with anybody I've been with, you think you like people, but like this, I was like, oh my God, this person was made for me. Thank you, I was so happy. I was just grateful, and I wanted to share that with you, just because, like I said, I think the soil for society is family, is community, is love. Love has the power to heal so much, to pulse through society, to teach, to be a visible testimony. And I think a lot of us have lost faith in relationships, and a lot of us have lost faith in the idea of marriage. I think we're going to talk about that more often, but you don't realize you may be that very person to change the trajectory of your family. You understand? To break generational curses and create generational blessings, and be a visible testimony for your friends and your community, and inspire them that love is possible. Like, you could change the world by just opening your heart up one more time, raising your heart posture to the possibilities that there is love for you, knowing that you have compassion to give, you have love to give, and there's somebody out there who's going to reciprocate that. And together you become one flesh and beautiful unity, and maybe just keep creation going, you understand? So you don't know, in hindsight, everything is gonna be all right. It's a vibe thing, and we power by y'all. One more time, believe it.